So, before I start this video, I know everybody doesn't want to talk about Brexit. I'm very aware of that. And believe me, I don't want to talk about more than the cat and the moon. Because Brexit is annoying. No matter what country in the world, it's annoying. Because every news has been taken up by this. It's literally like the biggest thing of the century. Because it's just nobody can agree what to do. Not even the own government in Britain can agree to disagree. Because people are disagreeing about it and they won't vote. Like, there is going to be election in December the 12th, I think but Brexit won't happen tomorrow. It'll be January, sometime in January before. They probably won't. It might be, say, 2023 or something by that time, by the time they leave the EU. And it's a joke. It's really, really a joke that it's really undemocratic, if you ask me, because it's taken so long for the majority of the people, Northern Ireland and Scotland voted to remain, obviously. And you know what? They just, the majority of the people, let's just put it that way, the majority of the people said we want to leave the EU. Fair enough. Half of England and Wales said fair enough, we leave the EU. But Northern Ireland and Scotland voted to remain. They're probably not happy. The Irish, especially Northern Ireland's not happy. So it's just chaos. It's basically just a mess. Because no matter what they do now, it's just ended up in a mess. Now there's going to be a general election. And if there's a new government, there's going to be new negotiations and everything like that, and it's going to be just an absolute mess. Because if they have an election in December, if there's a new government, say Labour's in government in the morning, Jeremy Corbyn in other words, and Boris Johnson's out of Prime Minister, that's going to be, at least Boris Johnson's there a while and he knows what he's doing. It's going to be very annoying, let's put it that way. It's going to be really, really annoying. It's always been annoying, Brexit, especially in the border, because as I said, as when probably people were aware of the Irish budget this year, loads of money was kept back from the people of Ireland, for the people who need it, people who are lying down on the streets in Dublin and in Cork and every part of Ireland, who need the money, who need that 1.2 billion that's being kept aside for the deal with Brexit. They need that money, and I really do blame the Conservative government in Britain for, because they really are. There's people in this country who don't need that money desperately, and the Irish government know it. The Irish government know it, and I'm sure the British government are not that greenhorn that they don't know it either. Because it's not just affecting Ireland, it's not just affecting the UK, it's affecting Ireland, it's affecting other countries too. Especially in Cavan, Monaghan and Donegal, the border counties of Ireland, and Louth too. It's affecting them terribly, because there's businesses around me, where I am right now, who rely on British imports, who rely on British goods. And they, in the morning, if Brexit happens, say in the morning, crash out in the morning, let's just say, their businesses will be completely gone, dusted, gone completely. Because I know a business that relies 95% of their imports and exports go to the UK. So whatever they get in is from the UK, and whatever they sell to the UK, majority goes to the UK, and there's only 5% that goes outside of the UK. And still, they have to go through the United Kingdom to go to France and to go to Spain. So, that's a tricky situation with that business, and it's a furniture company. And, they'd be completely out of business. They wouldn't be able to have to go through customs in Northern Ireland to get to France, and then to the UK, which is going to deeply impact the business. Especially because they have to lay off so many workers, because they're trying to conserve money, I suppose you can say, at the moment in time. And this is all down to this. If the British government just would get on with it, and just, do it. Do what the people wanted them to do. No matter if it's, terrible for the economy, because they really are just basically killing people with worry. And, there's people worrying. There's people in this country worrying. And we have nothing to do with it. Obviously, Northern Ireland voted to remain. It's obviously something to do with Northern Ireland. But Ireland, the Republic of Ireland has nothing to do with Brexit. It really doesn't want anything to do with it. We have our own problems, we have our own issues. As I said, there's nearly 11,000 people homeless in this country. There's the lack of housing, there's absolute ridiculous hospital waiting lists. And that 1.2 billion would have went a long way instead of being kept aside for Brexit to do with Brexit. Which is how, in a way, it's kind of good to be prepared. But, if Brexit wasn't a thing, that'd be coming to some good. Might build a few extra houses, might help a few extra people. But, this is kind of a whack, but it is a mess. Brexit is a mess. And I think it's going to be 2023 by the time they sort all this out. Because, it's just never going to happen. It's never going to, let's be honest here. They don't want to, literally, the EU, they have made up their mind. But they still shouldn't say, we're going to give you extra time. Like, there was a date agreed. Like, let's be honest, if I was Prime Minister, if I was President, say, of Ireland in the morning, we decided to leave the EU, if I said we're going to leave on this day, we're going to leave, no matter if it breaks our economy, no matter if it breaks the whole country into bits. If I said something, I would do it. And if the overwhelming majority of the Republican voters said we leave the EU, right, this is just an example. Say 96% of the population said yes, we would want to leave the EU in the morning. I'd be like, okay, the people of Ireland have spoken. I don't care if I have to lose my office over it. The people of Ireland have given me a letter to say, get this done. Because your taxes are paying my wages. I make sure it'll be done. Simple as that. Because, whatever the people say, if this is for later life too, I can look back in this when I'm hopefully politician in Dáil Éireann or in the Shannon, you'll never see. Full stop. Whatever the people says. If they say jump off a bridge, jump off a bridge. If they say go and dig a hole, dig a hole. And if they say swim to Offaly, swim to Offaly. It's whatever the people says. That's what democracy is all about. The will of the people. Whatever the people says, the politicians should abide by it. And that's the same in every country. It should be the same. And anyway, it's a mess. I know it's a mess. And it's just a waste of time really talking about it on this channel because it's just annoying. It's just, I don't want to talk about more than the cat in the moon because it's just such a complicated situation. It's just so complicated because they don't have a clue which way to look in the British government. And then they just can't agree on anything. Like, if there was a deal in the morning, they wouldn't agree on it. But then, thank you for watching. I know it's topsy-toppy. Subscribe for more and bye.